Well, the future is here from Mahindra and Mahindra. Well, we are talking about the 5 big, bold SUVs जो Mahindra ने unveil किए. Of course, the launch timeline is some time away, but this is the big statement that they're making today on what the future entails for Mahindra in the electric vehicle space. मेरे साथ इस वक्त कंपनी के MD and CEO from Mahindra Group, Mr. Anish Shah है, who will talk about the cars that we can see here and of course the future plans and the roadmap in the electric space. Anish, lovely to have you. Thank you so much. And I think from the looks of it, जैसा आप देख रहे हैं और लोगों ने भी आपको बताया होगा, I think they look very promising. सबसे पहले तो this is the statement you're making by unveiling the first 5. Tell us what's gone in making them.
Swati, first pleasure to be here with you, and I will start with the in-glow platform because that is really a world-class high-tech platform that provides for greater safety, greater comfort in the cars. It provides for the ability to have the best-in-class batteries put in the car as well with a higher range and adaptability across multiple models.
Okay.
So this is really a path breaker. And then you see 5 new SUVs come up. These are not concept cars. These are cars that we are actually going to be launching in the market.
So this is a real car. Like this is not concept. This is how it is likely to be when it gets launched.
This is how it will be when it is launched, and that's unusual in a sense for an auto company to talk about 5 new launches at the same time.
Clearly, आप काम बहुत पहले से कर रहे थे इस पर.
There has been a lot of work, right? And as I've said before, you know, we are in the first 5 innings of a test match in electric. And this is something that's going to really change the game.
Okay, when you say that this is going to change the game, I want to know because ऐसा नहीं है कि electric cars India में, I mean globally नहीं है. I mean there are some in the luxury space, in the mid space, and it's a constant evolutionary process we are seeing. ये गाड़ी उनके मुकाबले कितनी different है? When you have partnered with Volkswagen, I'm sure there's a lot of blending of technology that you're very confident about, as I can see. What is its USP? How does it stand out from the crowd?
So think of what we've done with the XUV700. We have created a car that is world class.
True.
It stands out against anyone else in the world. And the technology there is astounding. It has all been developed at the Mahindra Research Valley by our engineers.
It is indigenous, completely.
It is indigenous. Right? Now take that and think about it for electric. We want to have exactly the same impact with these electric vehicles as we had with the XUV700.
That's the benchmark.
We feel good about it. That is a benchmark, right? And that's why we feel good about the fact that we can compete with the global majors and we can do very well in that space.
Okay. So tell us, the kind of investments that has gone in. अब ये आपने 5 cars की बात की है. The platform is absolutely new. इसमें the contribution of Volkswagen for now, and I think you are also expanding or looking at a possibility of expanding this cooperation to beyond just this. So the kind of investments that has gone in, when do you break even? If you can help us with some numbers, कितना volume you think you will be able to start selling? Of course, ये 2 साल बाद launch होंगे. So there is a roadmap, I'm sure. So what are those numbers?
So the investments we have talked about already that we're putting in the electric space. British International Investment is coming in and co-investing with us. They will put in $250 million. We will put in $250 million as well. There has been some amount that's spent so far, and we'll bring in some more investors. So on balance, the investment here is not very significant as we look at it versus ICE.
But that has made your valuation pretty high for the electric business.
That has made the valuation high because BII, having looked at our plans in details, also feels that we will be a winner in this space. And as we're a winner in this space, that's what's going to attract. So for us, break-even is going to be actually much faster than what we've seen for many of our other vehicles.
Okay. And what is that?
In terms of timing, each vehicle will have a different break-even. We haven't got the exact numbers as yet, as we will once the pricing and everything else is finalized. But it's one that actually is going to deliver more for us than our ICE cars have been so far, and that's quite a statement.
Okay. What about the margins? And I think I'll come to ROE also. It's a very, very close topic, I know. And you've been consistently delivering on it, and I must compliment you for that. क्योंकि आपने बहुत पहले बोला था हमारा target है 18% ROE, and I think now you have been, I don't know how many quarters.
4 quarters in a row now.
Yeah. So you are at 18%, and I think the chances are that perhaps you will overachieve that number. Is that right? And जो money है growth के लिए invest होना है?
Yes, so money will be invested in growth only where it makes sense.
Okay, very, very cautious.
Otherwise, we will give it back to investors. That is what we have promised.
Sure.
But we do have mega growth plans right now, and both in auto and tractor, our businesses are doing well. We're putting more capacity in our tractor business as well, as we are seeing greater potential there. We're looking at farm machinery in a much bigger way. So there are many different growth drivers. Renewables is another area also. So there are many different growth drivers that we have for the group right now. And our focus is really to grow and scale.
Grow and scale, and that's what has been happening. Coming to just the automotive piece, and I think ये Inglo की बात आपने starting में की, and I think this is the premise of the whole success story that perhaps we'll see on the electric cars. Volkswagen के साथ जो cooperation है, the partnership, what is the extent that it can go from where it is today to beyond?
I think there are lots of potential options there, and it's a great partnership. We've got great respect for the leaders at Volkswagen, and they're a large global player, and we feel that there's a lot that we can do together. So we will see where that goes. But for now, the focus is on motors and batteries, and really getting these 5 vehicles to the market. And as we do that, we will look at furthering the partnership.
Yeah. How are the margins right now? Because the pressure of commodity was there, or अभी थोड़ा सा cool off हुआ है. So you think now you'll be good with maintaining your margins or maybe bettering them, because you've been also consistently passing on the price hikes?
So we have talked about margins in auto going up by 300 basis points, and we are on track right now to achieve that.
By the end of the year?
By the end of the year and going forward, as commodity prices comes down, maybe that can go up, maybe some of it will be passed back to the consumer.
You can even go down on prices?
If commodity prices go down to where they started, yes, that's something we would pass back to the consumer as well. So our approach is always to have a very compelling value proposition for the customer. An outstanding car, very high quality, and a very good price.
True that. You talked about the group, and I think वो एक important बात इसलिए है क्योंकि your businesses are starting to really perform for each of them. I think you've had very, very clear focused strategy. The jewels that you talk about always, if you, for the benefit of our viewers, if you can tell us, and unke plans in terms of when do we see them being listed?
Yes. So we have 7 growth gems. The definition of our growth gem is that they reach $1 billion of market cap in the next 2 to 4 years. 3 of them are listed today, which is holidays, life spaces, and logistics, and they are well on that path right now. The other 4 are unlisted, and they will get to valuation as well as a potential IPO again in the same time frame, 2 to 4 years.
Okay, 2 to 4 years में 4 more companies that will get listed. The cleanup has happened pretty much across, or there is still some room left?
The cleanup has happened, but we will continue to maintain the financial discipline in terms of what we need to do and what we need to drive across businesses. So the monitoring will continue on a regular basis, and the focus is on ensuring profitability and ensuring that we are growing and scaling up our businesses.
All right, Anish, lovely speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Same here.